to. Where's the fairness there? Where is the war on women? I want to know.
There is none, and
it's equality
it's exactly
when they
like
want
that.
it.
I think it's also
when it benefits them.
Thank you, everyone chiming in. It's equality when they want it. Because I guarantee you, the same woman that's screaming for equality wants me to hold open the door for them when they enter the building.
Now, I'm not even going to go that far down. I'm just saying, you want to...
Wow, so I'm the extremist now? Wait a minute here.
You want equality? You join the military, you shave your head like I had to do. You want equality? Then you sign up for the selective service.
I saw that movie,
You want
actually.
equality? Let's talk about male incarceration rates in this country. How many young men are behind bars in this country versus female? You want to talk about a war on men? What if it was the other way around and 90% of prisoners in this country were women? We would say there was a war on women, right? We got real problems in this country, and men are hurting. If I have a son, I'm going to be pissed off that we're talking about a war on women. Women, you guys are mothers. Do you not care about your sons? There are more women in law school and medical school now than men. There's a huge war on men in this country. Care for your sons. What the hell's going on here?
It's a great way to end this segment. Guys, we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to let Reverend Al do a little bit of talking. I love a Gallo rant, but we got to bring in Reverend Al a little bit. Gene and Russ, behind enemy lines. We'll be back after this brief word from the Reverend Al Sharpton.
The show will be right back. But first, a word from Al Sharpton.
Good evening, Rev. Thanks
Good evening,
to
Rev.
you, Ed. Is this Groundhog Day 2? We are watching that was Attorney General Eric Holder, ABDs, about some Republicans at home are already beating the drums of war. Today, the Pentagon refuted that claim. And he said the American people do not want him to, quote, they do not want him dwiddling his thumbs. You can get a gig as a contortionist. Intravenous fluids and pills coated with gelatin. We don't leave our women or men in uniform behind. It's a monument to the hubris of Dick Cheney, Representative Raul Ara, Labrador. The years of abuse. I personally apologized to Mr. Peebles. Just ask to soon-to-be former congressman. Democrats are outright jitty. CIA's counterterrorism center. Veteran Affairs Secretary Shinseki. Why do I always mess up his name? Shinseki. I love my critics. I have fun with that.
Politics Nation with the Reverend Al Sharpton starts right now. Good evening, Rev.
Good evening, Dr. Dyson.
But wait, there's more.
And we will much about that be committed. So there's no real conflict. Michael Druniak, including Lincoln himself, Daniel Day-Lewis. Behind Monica Lewinsky, the one and only Trey Songz is here. But Allison Lundergan Grimes, Gina De Jesus. When Gina De Jesus, Tea Party challenger Matt Bivens. People don't want to have their Social Security overall. The Republican savior, Mark Rubio's big night. In evolution and Galileo, this whole thing of Galileo, America's changed. Unless IT and Skillets, President Putin doing something similar back in, it won't change this fundamental fact about the GOP. Just how absurd these attacks is. Nearly 6 months after the dangerous traffic jam, the Thai military says, my friend for many years, Ilyana Van Zandt. There's nothing there.
And all we can get is an internet show? Let's get back to it.
Gene and Russ back behind enemy lines. And as funny as that Reverend Al thing is, Yak, I gotta bring you back in. I know you said we were going off topic, but jeez, man. A little bit of warning next time when you take us not only out of the country, but out of our comfort zone. I mean, seriously, Orthodox hip-hop, is that that's the deal now?
He's no longer Orthodox, so it's not Orthodox.
Well, semantics. Okay. So you know what? Just because you gave me semantics, I'm giving you homework. Okay? You need to get everybody up to date on what you talked about by writing a post on www.BehindEnemyLinesRadio.us right now. Start writing.
Look out for it.
All right. He says to look out for it. Maybe we can understand what exactly Yak Tech was saying.
So before we go any further, there is such a thing as Orthodox hip hop.
Manishahu was Orthodox, and he's a rapper. So yes.
I had so much more respect for the Jewish religion until just now.
Oh man.
Hip hop, really?
There's nothing wrong with listen.
I have a lot to do now to make up the ground of respect that you just lost.
Listen, hip hop should be banned altogether, but let's just...
Wow! And we just lost the entire
hip-hop
minority demographic on the show. Thank you very much.
Of them.
Oh, sorry. Alright, you know what? Let's keep this mood going. Time for some Buffoon of the Week. For those of you who don't know, this is the segment of the show where Russ and I go head-to-head, picking out someone so stupid in the news for the past week that we need to hold them out for abject ridicule in a way to try to bring balance back to the world for the stupidity that they have wrought. Who you got, Russ?
I'm going to bash the military this week, which is uncharacteristic of me and the Republican Party.
First Sergeant Gallows bashing the military? Is it your own branch?
There were, yes, as a matter of fact.
Oh my goodness.
There were a lot of Army members, including high-ranking Army officers, who used their official Army email addresses and signed up on a cheating website to cheat on their wives called Ashley Madison.
That's a little awkward.
Hackers recently pushed this list out, and many of their careers will be ruined, and a lot of people are committing suicide over their names being released here. While I think it's the site itself is despicable, the releasing of the names is wrong, obviously. I think that too. In light of the Hillary email scandal and all the stuff that's going on, how the heck do you go and use your Army email address to sign up for the site?
By the way, I'm really proud that your name did not surface on that list, Russ.
I double
Can we get a round of applause for that, please?
As a matter of fact, yeah, I do know there were people looking, but my name will not appear on that list anywhere.
Oh, man.
I hear Hillary is their latest spokesperson.
Nice scrubbing, Russ.
Oh, my goodness. I was not expecting Ashley Madison to make the Food of the Week, but okay.
In particular, the military members who use their military email addresses.
Do you want to throw in the .gov people as well? Because there are many people in the administration.
I don't expect so much from the .gov people, though. The military guys I'm a little ashamed of for doing such a thing.
Okay, so I'm going to go with my pick now. And I have to give credit to Diana Sepulveda for this pick. Thank you, by the way, Diana, for that. ESPN is my Buffoon of the Week. Why? Because Curt Schilling, analyst, even though he was a Boston Red Sox at one point, and an Arizona Diamondback, and Philly, all the teams I despise, by the way. Let's go Mets. Curt Schilling was suspended for putting something on Twitter that is actually true. He put out a meme that said, it is commonly accepted that 5 to 10% of Muslims are considered extreme. Well, back in 1940, 7% of Germans were Nazis. How'd that go? He's absolutely right. The comparison is apt, in my opinion, when you're talking about extremists in the Muslim community. Come on already. Can we stop being politically correct? Why, ESPN, are you suspending Curt Schilling for that? Why aren't you suspending him for his crackpot analysis? Why aren't you suspending him for his rah-rah siswumba nature when it comes to the Red Sox? Why aren't you suspending him for every other reason that you should be suspending him for? Except for this. Come on now.
If anything, he should be suspended for underestimating that percentage. In my view.
Well, okay, give me a number. Give me a number.
How many of them are radical?
Yes.
I say upwards of 75%.
Wow.
And I'll add a quick statement. There's a great video, and I promise I'll get this link to our site, that just shows you how, first of all, poll after poll in Middle Eastern countries shows that an overwhelming majority are extremely radical in their views, let alone the ones who are just silent and paying taxes to regimes that fund terrorism. So when you link all that stuff together, you're damn right. It's upwards of 75%. If you're a tax-paying Iranian and your government does these things with your consent, basically, you're one of them. Were there moderate Nazis? Did I miss this memo? Were there moderate Nazis running around Germany? Or did we not slice and dice them?
And this is something I've said on previous shows. There are moderates in every movement, but the moderates do nothing. They are silent, and they therefore become irrelevant.
Silence equals consent, people. That's it.
So those are your 2 picks for this week. We got .mil, Ashley Madison people, and we have ESPN. You get to vote now, America. Go to www.behindthemelinesradio.us. Check out the poll in the upper left that says who you got. And make your selection by this time next week, and we'll announce the winner on the show. By the way, this week's winner, Russ Gallo again. His record in Buffoon of the Week, by the way, is outstanding. Sean King, Buffoon of the Week. I guess this whole transracial thing is going to be picking up a little bit, Russ.
In all honesty, if you can decide that you're not a man, even though you were born one, you decide, I feel like a woman, I want to be a woman, why can't you decide to be black if you were born white? You know what I mean? In all fairness to the guy.
Well, listen, you can and I got into this argument with some other people as well. You can choose to have an affinity or an appreciation for any culture that you want. You can choose to have a belief system of whatever you want. But you cannot, and I don't think you should not, forsake who you are in order to embrace what you like. You can be both. You can be proud of your own heritage and have an affinity for another heritage. Does anybody not see Eminem? I mean, come on. He clearly has his own history and heritage, and he embraces a culture that's not his own. It happens all the time. Why do we need this transracial stuff?
Either way, Sean King, you're a white dude. You're leading a movement, telling people that you're black so you can do the hashtag Black Lives Matter type of thing. You're a buffoon. You're a piece of garbage.
All right, pal. I think it's just about that time.
Please.
Final thought. Let's do it.
My final thought. Oh my God, Joe, please get into the race. I love you, brother. Please. Imagine him and Donald Trump on the stage. Debating.
You know what?
This would be one for the ages, my brother.
I have visions of Biden, Hillary, and Sanders on the stage. That's gonna be epic.
I'm hearing Benny Hill music playing in the back.
You know what? That's not just you hearing it. It's actually playing during the show. And there you go, folks. For us here at Behind Enemy Lines, it's time to shut it down. You ready to shut it down, Russ?
Gene, shut this mofo down.
All right, folks. Same time next week. We are out of here.
Our position has been compromised. It's time to roll out. Report for debriefing at www.BehindEnemyLinesRadio.us and look for regular communications via Facebook and Twitter at BEL_radio. You are the resistance. Behind Enemy Lines. Back in 7 days. Out.